Mendocino College Fall 2020 online Repertory Theater Ensemble presents Polio Pony, a radio play for narrator and five voices, written and directed by John Pegan with creative input from the cast. Polio Pony is a memory play set in the 1990s as Mari, then 39, relives a decisive day in her life and interacts with her memories as they come to life. Voice 1, 39-year-old Mari, is voiced by me, Joni Marie McLeod.
Voice 2, the narrator, introducing events, people, and places, is voiced by me, Hannah Hendricks. The rest of the cast is Voice 3, the father, Jack, played by Dakota Lewa McKay. The teenage Mari is played by Paris Clear. The mother, Liz, is played by Phaedra Swearingen. Voice 6, the younger brother, Billy, is played by Kyle Whiterock. Understudy and assistance from Miranda Swearingen. Technical assistance, editing, and sound effects by Dave Wolf. The ORT artistic director is Reed Edelman.
Nothing was ever the same after that Saturday 20 years ago. The story started like most in 1960s suburbia, but then polio, my hospitalization, an effort to make it right, my parents losing battle to keep their marriage alive, low-esteemed jobs to make ends meet, divorce, mom raising Billy and me.
What remained suffered, their lives, the yard, the house. Neighborhood kids thought the house was haunted. It looked the part. Dirty windows, broken tan blinds, faded shingles, peeling paint, and sagging eaves.
The yard was no better. Grass wasn't mowed, clumps of tall beach grass hiding our rusting toys, abandoned.
The kid's swing set and the slide I bought were crumpled, like a box that had been hit too hard in the kidneys, trying to keep himself erect, but failing.
My childhood was a faded ghost haunting our lives, chasing away friends and family. I hid myself behind schoolwork.
I kept the carport swept clean, the path to the car clear for Mari. My small, essential points of clarity and order in a house and yard that had become a riot.
Polio was rare by the early 60s. Paralytic polio caused by the vaccine even rarer. 9 years earlier, fear caused my mom to deny Mari the vaccine, and nothing was ever the same again.
Jack, I refuse to have the children exposed to a deadly virus. They call it a vaccine, but it's just a virus. They're giving them the virus, hoping it's too weak to kill them.
No, that's nonsense, Liz. Millions have been vaccinated. No one's died. The kids need to be vaccinated.
Jack, how can you trust these doctors? We lost little Eddie, our baby, because of these doctors. They think they know everything, but they took me off my medicine and our baby died. I cannot trust these lying doctors. I cannot trust this vaccine.
Liz, Eddie has nothing to do with this. Don't hurt Billy and Mari because of our baby. Don't. They were wrong, but this vaccine is the right thing to do. No one has died. The kids will be all right.
No, look at this article. See? People have died. I won't have our kids exposed. You know these doctors lie.
I won't allow Billy to not be vaccinated. If you insist on endangering Mari because of that past wrong or some conspiracy crap, go ahead. But I won't let our son be exposed.
Fine. You get Billy vaccinated. Mari will not. You'll see.
So I was vaccinated.
And I wasn't.
I got polio, but all of us were betrayed by mom's fears and the loss of an unborn child that haunted her. Fear itself is contagious. Fear that association with me would cause polio. Fear kept neighbors, children, friends, even family away.
The salt spray of the ocean, just 3 blocks away, could not wash away hopes, fears, or memories.
The laughing 12-year-old girl that I was collapsed in on myself like the rusting swing set outside. I've become Mari the crippled, on 2 metal crutches, a 4-legged polio pony, as I'm called behind my back and sometimes to my face. My braces and crutches, constant reminders that the unthinkable can happen.
Liz and I were consumed with keeping Mari alive, and then dealing with her disabilities. Eventually, I lost my job. We drained money from our savings, retirement, and piece by piece, loans from family and friends, and loans to keep the house, for doctors and treatments, for car payments, and finally, just before I left, loans for food and utilities. I worked any job I could find to make ends meet and pay people back.
I was determined Mari would conquer this illness, this mistake. She would finish school and go to college. Everyone would see. If FDR could conquer this, so could my Mari. All else paled. The house faded, the yard faded, household chores faded. Laundry got washed occasionally. Billy was mostly forgotten. Our marriage faded and finally simply whimpered and disappeared.
4 years before this Saturday, after 3 slow, painful years of make-do jobs, recriminations, and silent nights in bed, I realized I had to start over. There was no peace in this household. I had to find a good job, concentrate on work, pay bills, save the house for them. There was nothing I could do. Don't you see? I had to leave.
In those days, there were no mediators, no stream of social workers, just the brute force of law and courts.
Eventually, there was alimony and child support.
Eventually.
I was 12 when Dad left. I feel caught in a tangle of neglect and unjustified poverty. I know I shouldn't, but I'm angry at Mari, angry at being ignored. I've become sullen, rebellious, followed by remorse. I try to make up by cleaning house and washing dishes.
I was 15 when Dad left. I lost 2 years of school and would have lost more, except for Mom's constant pushing and iron will. I bury my pain and isolation under schoolwork, being first in my class.
By a silent agreement between the three of us, Jack became Jack, not Dad or your father, simply Jack.
Mom, Jack called.
Looks like Jack sent a letter.
Hey guys, I'm moving. I found a great job closer to the city, but I won't be around much to visit.
Jack sent some money.
Mari, Billy, Jack filed for divorce.
Liz, look, it's been almost 4 years. I have a girlfriend. I want to introduce the kids to her.
I tried to put on a brave front, but the loss of the world is a heavy burden to put on a teen.
I've become an asexual lump without beauty. I've lost my joy, my happiness, even my dignity. I had to wear a diaper under my clothes for a while. A diaper! I see the anger in Billy's eyes when Mom opens the car door for me. She doesn't even look at him as he gets in the back or when she drops him off. He's 16, but he works to help pay our bills. He's just another way to pretend everything is normal.
On this Saturday evening in early December, the cold crystallized salt spray from the ocean coated everything outside in a fine frozen mist. Because I was the father, the police called me. Billy had been cited as a minor in possession of alcohol. I couldn't bring myself to phone Liz. The worrying blades of that argument, if I called, were more than enough I could face just a week after Thanksgiving with my new girlfriend.
At the time, I was struggling to keep awake. I'd finished applying to colleges and was trying to keep up with that damned AP homework when I heard a commotion in the kitchen.
I don't recognize the voices. One seems like Mom's, the other a man's, Jack's. No, Billy's. Don't know, something's wrong with both. If it's Billy, it's slurred, lower. It's not Jack's.
I then pulled on my braces that wrapped around my forearms and lifted myself from the chair. Before linking it towards the kitchen, I got as far as the dining room doorway and paused.
It is. It's not. Oh, really? Yeah, really.
I can hear the yelling more clearly now. Suddenly, all the pain of the last 7 years erupts inside me. Billy, my baby brother, is drunk. He's yelling. He's blaming Mom, blaming me. He's almost choking. No, oh, Billy, it's not your fault. Don't feel guilty for being angry. I see you, but there's nothing I can do.
Billy had ridden this horse of anger before, but never this hard. The reins of his control were broken. I didn't know where he would careen, what damage would occur.
In that chair and talk to me and tell me exactly how this happened. What do you think?
It's all your fault. Mari is a cripple because of you. I have no friends, no money, no life, nothing. Because of you. Dad, yes, our dad, not your fucking Jack. Dad left because of you. All you think about is pretending you never made your mistake. You were so right, weren't you? Forcing Mari back to school. To keep calling her names every day. You never love me. You never even see me. Except to help pay bills or get something for Mari. Get this, get that, it's only Mari. That's all I am. Another tool to pretend polio never happened.
Liz was seated, hunched over in the hard colonial-style kitchen chair, crying, a sheet of yellow paper in her hands, a juvenile court citation for Billy. Jack had not called.
I thought I was doing the right thing. I believed what they wrote. I thought it was the right thing. I'm so tired, Billy. Please, I'm trying. We can make it through this.
I grabbed the edge of the solid wooden kitchen table as hard as I could. It was all I could do to hold myself steady. I struggled to stop myself from striking Mom or worse.
Billy's accusations had deserted the two of them on separate islands, physically close but immeasurably far away.
The world seemed to be crashing down. I felt I was the cause of all of this. I started crying uncontrollably.
Stop! I can't stand this! I don't want to live anymore! Stop! Please just stop! Nothing is worth this much suffering. Please!
I wobbled into the kitchen, my nose running from 7 years of tears denied. Grabbing a kitchen knife from the counter, I fumbled with it, trying to get a hold.
I can't stand the pain, the hurt to those I love. I can't even hold the damn knife. I just want to stop this pain. Everything is a haze. I can't even see the blade through my tears.
My braces prevented me from getting a grip. Blood welled from small, shallow cuts to my hands and arms.
Billy gently grabbed Mari and took the knife away. As he held her, Mari kept crying. Billy's breath smelt of the cheap wine he had conned from a coworker.
No, sis. No. No, I've been angry at you, at Mom, at Jack, Dad, myself, whatever. But not this, sis. No. I'm angry, but don't do this, Mari. Not this, sis. Not like this.
Pulling myself together, I got up and ran water into the old two-basin sink.
Mari was shaking, crying. Billy let go of her and went to get bandages and antiseptic from the utility room.
My chest heaving, I gently pulled Mari over to the sink and washed her hands and arms, silent all the while, remembering. I washed my beautiful daughter's arms and wiped them dry, remembering her as a baby. We had to wash her in the sink. She was so small. Remembering the loss of Eddie, when nothing could be done to revive my unborn child. My fears for Mari and Billy. Remembering Billy in my arms after he was born, his large brown eyes looking into mine as I fed him. Seeing them again now, for the first time.
Liz, a new Liz, started crying. The gentle, deep, irrevocable cry of one who recognizes that something has died and irretrievably passed on.
I started crying. The anguished cry of someone lost and looking for a way out, but I couldn't find it.
The bottomless cry of one that has lost all but must somehow go on.
Soon all three of us were holding each other, Mari perched on her two strong metal and her two weak human legs.
Small eternity passed.
The death of a marriage passed.
The loss of two childhoods.
The loss of beauty, friends, prom, of being a debutante.
The loss of being a normal kid, having a father, the security of a family.
All of these possible lives passed as ships passing through the mist.
Out of the safety of the harbor around the horn of time, and then...
gone over the horizon, and a new life started.
And nothing was ever the same again.
In the wide scope of loneliness, try to fill that space. Stretch out your arms, scratch the walls with